New body, it is a message. A sign that Nikon hasn't forgotten the creators who built their legacy. The photographers who climbed mountains with D500s, the shooters who trusted their gear in rain, dust, and freezing winds. For them, the Z90 is hope. Hope that the spirit of the D500 returns, but this time, faster, lighter, and smarter. If Nikon plays its cards right, the Z90 could redefine what a crop sensor camera means. No longer a budget version of full frame, but a serious creative weapon of its own. Think of a camera that's compact enough to travel with, yet powerful enough to shoot professional sports or wildlife documentaries. A camera that bridges generations, the DSLR loyalists and the new age mirrorless creators. That's the dream behind the Z90. The autofocus system will be critical to that dream. Nikon's latest subject detection from the Z9 and Z8, powered by deep learning, can track humans, animals, and vehicles with stunning accuracy. If that trickles down to the Z90, it could become a monster in its class. Imagine shooting a bird in flight and every frame stays tack sharp. Or a runner mid-race and the camera never loses focus. Autofocus performance defines how confident you feel behind the viewfinder. It decides whether you chase the shot or let the camera chase it for you. Low light performance will also matter. With a 33-megapixel BSI sensor, Nikon could balance detail with clean performance in dim conditions. BSI sensors gather more light, reducing noise in darker scenes. That means dawn wildlife shoots, indoor sports, or night streets would remain usable and crisp. Combined with IBIS, it makes handheld shooting far more flexible. You won't need tripods for everything. You can move, adapt, and capture freely. And for video creators, this is where Nikon might surprise everyone. If the Z90 includes 10-bit N-Log or even internal RAW recording like its bigger siblings, it becomes a serious filmmaking tool. Nikon has quietly been winning over filmmakers. The Z8 and Z9 already proved that Nikon understands what creators want: flexibility, dynamic range, and reliability. Bringing that DNA into the Z90 would give hybrid shooters a compact powerhouse. But none of this will matter if Nikon cannot deliver availability and lenses. The Z-mount ecosystem is excellent for full frame, but limited for DX. If Nikon pairs the Z90 launch with at least 1 or 2 professional-grade DX telephoto lenses, say a 50-250-meter f4 or a 100-400-meter f5.6DX, it would send a strong message. A message that DX is not just an afterthought. Because right now, that's what users fear most: a great body with no native glass to match. Timing is everything. The rumored window points to early 2025 or mid-2025 announcements, possibly aligned with big events or sports seasons. That makes sense strategically. A fast, affordable, pro-level DX body launching before the summer sports cycle could attract professionals and creators alike. It would give Nikon a chance to steal attention from Canon's next APS-C refresh and Fujifilm's continued expansion. The price will make or break it. Nikon knows this. If it lands between $1,600 and $1,800, it's right in the sweet spot, premium, but reachable. Anything higher risks losing interest to full-frame bodies like the Z6 II or Canon R6 II. Anything lower could mean cut corners, which Nikon can't afford at this level. But at the end of the day, the Z90 is not just about specs, price, or even timing. It's about trust. It's about showing that Nikon listens, that it hasn't forgotten the users who've stayed loyal through the DSLR to mirrorless shift. It's about reviving a community that still believes in the craft, not just convenience. The Nikon Z90 could be the camera that reconnects a generation of photographers with the brand they grew up admiring. It could remind the industry that APS-C still has purpose, not as a compromise, but as a smart, agile, and capable format for professionals who move fast and think creatively. Until Nikon confirms anything, all we have are leaks and hope. But hope in this case feels powerful. Because if the Z90 turns out even half as strong as the rumors suggest, it won't just be a product launch. It'll be a comeback story. So what do you think? Would you trust Nikon again with your next APS-C camera? Would you trade your old D500 or your Canon R7 for a mirrorless Z90 if it really brings that D500 magic back? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them all. Thanks for watching Next Tech Bite. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into upcoming Nikon tech, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss what's next. The future of APS-C might just start here with the Nikon Z90. That's all we know so far about the Nikon Z90, but the story doesn't end here. Because Nikon's next moves will decide how strong their position becomes in the next wave of camera innovation. The Z90 isn't just a potential camera release. It's a test of Nikon's understanding of the hybrid generation, creators who shoot, edit, and publish all from one device. In today's fast-paced content world, creators want speed, reliability, and color science that's easy to work with. Nikon already has that in its DNA. The Z8 and Z9 deliver outstanding color depth, skin tones, and flexibility in post-production. If those same imaging traits reach the Z90, we could see one of the most balanced APS-C cameras ever made. And beyond all the technical aspects, this release could reignite interest in Nikon's identity as a brand. Over the years, Canon and Sony have dominated the online creator community. But Nikon still has a loyal base of photographers who believe in its image quality and ergonomics. The Z90 could act as a bridge, a way to bring new creators into the Nikon ecosystem without forcing them into full frame right away. There's also the psychological side of it. Many photographers who once loved their D500 have been waiting patiently for something to replace it. The D500 was rugged, fast, and dependable. It made wildlife and sports shooting accessible to more people. If the Z90 captures that same spirit, not just through performance but through feel, it could spark a new movement among Nikon shooters. And if Nikon does everything right, this camera could influence how the industry looks at APS-C cameras for years to come. It could encourage other brands to take smaller sensors seriously again. Because innovation doesn't always mean going bigger. Sometimes it means going smarter, faster, and more efficient. In the end, the Nikon Z90 might become more than a camera. It might become a statement. A reminder that great design and purpose-driven engineering can still change how we see photography. It might not just bring back the D500's legacy, it could redefine it for a new generation. So as we wait for Nikon's official word, all eyes are on what's next. The leaks, the prototypes, and the whispers all point to something special in the making. But until that official reveal, all we can do is imagine what the future holds for the Z90, and for Nikon itself. If Nikon delivers the speed of the Z8, the reliability of the D500, and the compactness of the Z50, all in one package, the Nikon Z90 could easily become one of the most talked about cameras of the decade. And that's where we'll leave it for now. The Nikon Z90, a camera of hope, heritage, and anticipation. A camera that could bring Nikon's APS-C story full circle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth tech stories, upcoming camera breakdowns, and everything happening in the world of imaging. The next few months are going to be exciting. And if the rumors are true, Nikon might just be getting ready to surprise us all once again. Stay tuned, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next one.